So we are back here with another video, man. And guys, I really don't even know where to start. I really don't. Like, I have a really good idea for a challenge video. That is kind of what I was in the middle of working on. And then Tydebo just dropped an absolute bomb of a video, man. So the video that he uploaded, some points that he made were saying things like, if you are playing the game this year, no money spent, you need to act like the auction house is non-existent. If you don't grind the heck out of the game for hours a day, you're super out of the picture, acting like there's no attainable cards at all. Um, MT doesn't get you very far. Prices are insane. Just some things that are just absolutely false. And we're going to go through some of the comments on this video as well. Um, but you can go ahead and I don't know why people just don't get this. I think a lot of people look at either pink diamonds only or just promo cards only and forget that you can go ahead and go buy a full team of really, really good diamond wild gems for legitimately like under 500 KMT, at least for a starting five. Now, if you have been playing this game since the start, you should have around a million MT. Like you really should. Like I've got, if I were to sell everything and everything, I'd probably have like 3 or 4 million, and I haven't even really. I'm only Sapphire 1. Like I haven't really gone too crazy or anything. It is so easy to make MT this year, and people are acting like having a good team is unattainable when there is literally like 30 or 40 diamond wild gems that are under 100k that are going to absolutely cook for you. So I just don't get this. And saying that people should be acting like the auction house doesn't exist, and guess what this is leading to now. There was people actually in the comments, and I honestly am like in disbelief about this, that were glazing the player market from 2K24 and saying that the player market version of 2K, how 2K24 was, is better than how 2K is now. Like, are we serious? There's no way that you're not just spitting rageful things without thinking about what you're saying when you say something like that. In the player market era of 2K, so at the beginning of the game, there was Amethyst, but Rubies were pretty much the best cards you could buy. And you could go buy a Ruby for 80k, you sell it back, you're getting 25k. With the auction house, if you go and buy a card and you sell it at the right time, you're going to get all of your MT back. That is number one. Number two, I have been working the auction house for maybe like an hour, and I had 300k MT to start off. I've got 50 gold sitting in my auctions, and I've been sniping golds for a little bit over an hour, and I've made over 200k MT doing it once everything is sold. So if we go back to player market 2K, you can have fun getting 25% of your MT back after you sell a card back. And you can also have fun with not getting as much MT from grinding the mode, as well as not getting any MT from the auction house. So people acting like you can't get any MT either, and there's a lot of people acting like cards are inaccessible. I can't get any MT. Use your brain, man. I know we don't have any agendas, and I know that a lot of you guys like agenda-based 2K. That's what you do. You log in, you do the agendas, whatever. Use your head a little bit and work the auction house and play the game within the game. It makes it a lot more fun when you do that too, and it makes it a lot less. That's why a lot of you guys are bored of the games. Just, dude, some of these takes. And we're going to go over to another thing that was highlighted was a specific card was looked at, and that is Amethyst Naz Reed. Now, there is not a lot of Amethyst. There's not as many Amethyst Naz Reeds on the. There isn't as many as there should be on the auction house. There isn't as many as there would have been in past years. With, I mean, there's still quite a. We're not even to 4 hours yet. There still is quite a few, but there's not as many still as there would have been in past years. You want to know why? 90% of people that are opening up packs are opening up the Wild Gems X old school packs. And with that being said, If they pull an Amethyst, there's a chance that they could get any of almost 200 cards. So yes, it makes perfect sense that there is not as many Naz Reeds on the market. It doesn't have anything to do with less people opening up packs. It doesn't have anything to do with the game being dead, the auction house being dead. It's because there's almost 200 pullable Amethysts. Okay, like, can we just think for a minute before we start saying things? If you don't grind the game this year, you're super out of the picture. You should act like the auction house. Like, are we serious? Like, what are we even talking about? And then he goes on in the video too, to at the beginning of the video, or maybe like halfway through, he says, act like the auction house doesn't exist. And then towards the end of the video, he completely contradicts himself and says that he's made a lot of MT by sniping. None of that would be available if the auction house didn't exist. I mean, are we forgetting about that? And then he also recommended to start off grinding domination. I mean, maybe, I guess that isn't how I would start. I would be playing Breakout only. Breakout's the best mode for MT. I think these people that are struggling to make MT are only playing Salary Cap, Showdown, games where it's like a full game like that, game modes where it's a full game. You're not going to make as much MT doing that stuff as you would playing Breakout. Another claim that's being made is 2K isn't making that much money. If you have stock in 2K, if you have purchased stock in 2K, you own 2K stock, and you look at it, you will know that once Hoff boxes were introduced last year, their stocks took a big jump, and they have been gradually rising since. Their stocks right now are gradually rising. So no, they're not. It's not that there's nobody opening up packs. It's not that they're making money, okay? Let's not get that twisted. Another claim that's being made is everything revolves around unsellable cards. Yeah, man, we're looking right now at like almost 2,000 sellable wild gems. So, and I'm telling you guys, 90% of cards, diamond or lower, are affordable. And I just don't get this whole good cards being unaccessible when there are more accessible cards than there has ever been. And MT is the easiest to make that it has ever been. And it's just, I don't know what is going on, man. This is actually like insane to me. It really, really is. This is just absolute. I still can't even believe it. I really can't believe it. Okay. Now we're going to get into some comments, and this is where it gets really crazy. Okay, my team in 2K24 is the last good one. No auction house and no WNBA players is key. Okay, the WNBA players in the packs are a little bit troll. I do recognize that. But saying that no auction house is key, bruh. If we keep going down this path, you better believe that they're going to take away the auction house. They brought back the auction house because there was no one that liked player market my team. And if people start saying, and if enough people start saying that they liked the player market better than how it is now, you better believe they're going to take away the auction house. And if 2K wants to lose some players, if they want to lose some players, man, everyone's talking about it, them losing players. That is what they need to do, is take away the auction house. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. It is just, I don't know. Cards were not expensive in the player market until they released pink diamonds. You could easily make 100 to 150K by just playing the game. The player market was the most balanced the game has ever been. The problem with the player market was only ever gamble only. That wasn't a player market issue. That was a 2K issue. You could easily make 100 to 150K by just playing the game. Okay, 1 hour of 2K26 versus 1 hour of 2K24, you're probably making realistically like 4 times the amount of MT that you'd be making in 2K24, in 2K26, okay? So that statement is just completely false. And the most, like, do we just not remember how bad this sucked? The player market sucked. The player market drove so many people, including myself, off of the game. It was the worst mechanic ever introduced next to unauctionable packs. And we're going to act like this was good now? Like, what is going on, dude? Like, you would literally buy a card and then sell it back for a quarter of the price. And cards were not easy to get. You couldn't work the auction house and make MT. You had to grind your butt off to afford the best cards. And then it turned into gamble only halfway through the year. Like, dude, oh my God, man. Oh my God. They're not forcing people to open packs. They're forcing them to quit My Team. Their greed is going to be the end of this game mode. My Team needs to be more accessible, especially for the casual player who only has an hour or so to play the game. You can knock the player market. They would make an entire Friday drop grindable. 2K24 had more balance. Now it's spend money or grind your life away. Okay, so there is a few flaws here. If you're only playing an hour of the game a day, this is factually the most rewarding My Team that there has ever been for the casual player. And I don't know why casual players are acting like it's not. I think a lot of this is people are doing the wrong things and playing the wrong game modes. I really do. Because if you go in and play Showdown for an hour, no, you're not going to get jack squat. But if you go play an hour of Breakout, God, yeah, you will. You're going to end up with almost 100 KMT. If you're working the auction house at the same time as that, you could end up with over 100 KMT in just an hour. And good grindable content. So you're telling me that you would sacrifice the auction house and have the player market system the way it was just so that you can grind out a ruby or an amethyst? Like, why are we gassing up agendas to act like it's the best thing in My Team history? Like, that's what people are doing with this whole agenda thing now, that we don't have good agendas. People are acting like agendas are like the most important thing in the entire game, and screw all these other aspects that when they have been taken away in the past, it's ruined the game. Let's just say, okay, yeah, agendas. Yeah, if we don't have agendas, the game's over. And so many people saying, so what I'm hearing is don't play My Team this year. That's the saddest part, man, is this 2K26 My Team's fun. It's the funnest My Team since 2K23. And people, because of videos like this, because of comments like this, are being discouraged to play the game mode, which is very sad to see, man. It's very, very sad to see. Player market was fantastic until all-star gambling mechanics were implemented. A fixed price for whatever player you want instead of whatever BS market value per auction house that probably manipulated by coin sites and 2K themselves. Coin sites are pretty much non-existent. So I actually commented back to this guy. I said, coin sites are pretty well non-existent at this point, and the auction house is not manipulated by 2K. And I actually kind of got a little bit upset because this same person comments rant type comments on literally every single video. I'm not even kidding you. Every single My Team video that I see that gets dropped. And he actually went at another YouTuber. I don't know if you guys know who Woody Fields is, but Woody Fields is the guy that Carlo made a reaction video to, and he kind of has some similar takes to me. Like, his videos are actually kind of a W. Go check him out if you haven't already. He dropped a couple videos kind of talking and getting to some similar points that I get to, where everyone's blowing everything out of proportion. It's not true that the game's not rewarding, whatever. And this same person went and dissed him for his subscriber count, saying things like he's irrelevant, whatever, he wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Carlo, whatever. So yes, I am going to go back at this guy, and I said maybe if you grinded the game instead of crying in the comments of every video, you'd have MT to afford cards, because that's just facts. I mean, he's probably spent like maybe like 2 or 3 hours total commenting on every single video that I have seen. And in that 2 or 3 hours, you could have 200 KMT, and you'd be able to buy a couple pretty good Diamond Wild Gems. So yeah, anyway, let me know what you guys think. The worst part about all this, and this is maybe the wildest take that I have ever seen in my history of My Team content, is that player market My Team is better than how the game mode is right now, and that you should act like the auction house doesn't exist. What are we going to do, guys? Like, what are we actually going to do? Because if people keep messing around with this idea, they're going to bring the player market back. Like, I'm not even kidding you. They will. Because player market My Team is way better for 2K's pockets. Oh, this is a travesty. Well, if you're new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe. I have a really good idea for a challenge video that I'm going to drop later tonight. It's going to be a challenge within clutch time. It'll be really, really interesting. So make sure you subscribe. Don't miss out on that. Please leave a like on the video before you take off, and I really, really appreciate you guys. I'm sorry for all the ranting, but some of these takes I saw today are the worst takes I've ever seen, so I had to make a video. But love you guys, man, and I will see you guys in the next video.